The governor of Enugu State a few days ago pronounced that an end of sit at home has been established in his new administration. And he warned that anybody who refuses to come out to disregard the sit at home will be severely punished and possibly with his uh, factories or whatever establishments might possibly be shut down. But to his own chagrin, utter dismay, the contrary was the experience. Everybody where was shut down, and suddenly he became a town crier for the release of Mazen Namdekan.
Yeah, these are politicians, and politicians they want to try as much as they can to align with whatever thing that interests them at that point in time. He has been a governor through an election that was filtered with so many malpractice and irregularities. I believe what he's trying to do is trying to gain ground, like what Tinubu is trying to do now. He's trying to do as if his illegitimate presidency is accepted by all, meeting governors, trying to do bills, laws, enact laws and bills, meeting with opposition parties, meeting with House of Rep members, so as to make it look as if he has a government that is supported by the people. So Mba, he started on a sad note. Else, while his governorship is being contested at the courts, he has an NYSC certificate that is not rejected by NYSC itself. So on the sit at home is an ideology, and some of these governors that are illegitimate, that are not chosen by the people, will not come and tell somebody that there is no sit at home. Sit at home is like, it's more than an ideology. Sit at home is, I don't know what word I will use, but I just believe that the people determines what happens in any state. So the people of the Southeast know what they want. They want the release of Mazinam Kanu. I don't take Soludo and Mba serious. Those calling for the release of Mazinam Kanu, they are trying to marks themselves all under that call, so as to get legitimacy from the people. They have been
Sympathy from their, of course, political godfathers.
yes, to get sympathy, because the Southeast, there's a government in place. That's the government of the people, and the people want that ideology of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, of building a nation of equity, fairness, and justice. So whatever he's doing, he's going to fail at the end. We know his plan. We know what he's trying to do. He's trying to paint a picture as if he is in support of what the people want. The people have already rejected him, and he remains rejected.
He remained rejected, and suddenly he became a town crier running to Asorok as usual.
This is hypocrisy.
The level of hypocrisy, that action, of course, presupposes that he don't have understand the yearnings of the people, and the feelings of the people is not even affecting him, because he should have taken his time to know why, of course, in the first place, the sit at home was initiated, and to pursue such cause. I'll find a way of profiling solution. But this clearly shows that he's a failure personified.
Of course.
Now, what do you think? Could you think that the president Ahmed Bola Tinubu could respond to his plea now?
There's a report. There's a report that Bola Ahmed Tinubu went to DSS custody, asking Nnamdi Kanu to drop his fight for a sovereign state of Biafra.
I think IPOB debunked.
I know. They debunked it. You see, propaganda is the thing politicians use, try to score points, try to make them look as people that have the nation at heart, have the people at heart. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for me, would not release. It is not in his. Let's even look at his candidacy, his government. It's illegitimate. I'm using the word illegitimate. There's nothing good that can come from an illegitimate government. Bola Ahmed would not, in his illegitimate government, release Mazin Nnamdi Kanu.
Illegitimate, though we're still awaiting the final verdicts of the presidential election petition tribunal. They have not given judgment to that effect. So I think we shouldn't be prejudicial.
Now, when somebody goes to the court and said, "I'm suing this person," that he didn't win the election. The court has not said he didn't win the election. But me, my own opinion is that his government is illegitimate. I have the right to presuppose what I feel about the thing. Let the court say otherwise, then I will stop saying such. But since it is in the court and the court has not given a judgment, I'm not quoting the court.
Your opinion is
Yeah,
valid.
my opinion is valid. It's an illegitimate government, and I don't think he's going to. He wants to release Mazinam Kanu because the intention, his interest, does not lie in the sovereignty of Biafra, the freedom of the people of Biafra.
Okay, now that you mentioned the election tribunal proceedings, it has been alleged that the reluctance of the judges might somehow affect the petitioners from submitting or inviting their foreign witnesses who might want to attest for their claims. But it seems that the judges are trying to frustrate by lingering or refusing to approve them. Do you think that something is playing out somewhere?
The first bill that Bola Ahmed Tinubu signed was extending the retirement age of judges. You can see how they are coming. They are trying to influence the judges, or if maybe they have influenced the judges and are trying to do more. And we know that there's no integrity in our political space, whether it is the judiciary, whether it is the legislator, whether it is the executive. There's no integrity. Imagine, even at the elections, some of these COP members or INEC agents that were counting the results, when you look at their face, the way their disposition, you see that they were not happy with the leading of Labour Party. In my street, I stood there and the lady was counting it. She was so sad. So the body language of our judiciary has shown that they will not give justice. They are not about nationhood, they are about their personal interest, which will eventually destroy the society that we are in. I don't see the judges doing justice and inviting witnesses from foreign countries or foreign witnesses. There was a conversation with the INEC INEC lawyer and PDP lawyer. So the conversation was like, PDP said this evidence is from the National Coalition Agent. He now asked the guy, "Is he alive?" He asked him, "Is he alive? Do you think he's alive?" So what does it presuppose? It presupposes that these people, their bent are doing anything to subvert justice. They are bent at doing anything to make sure that justice don't prevail, even with overwhelming evidence. You can see the police now with overwhelming evidence. They want to still do investigation. They want people to tell them to do what is right with overwhelming evidence. Look at the Nigerian Air, the aviation minister, Sirika. EFCC, DSS, they are waiting for people to tell them to go and arrest. They are waiting for people to tell them to do their job, what they are being paid for. They are waiting for Nigerians to push them to do what they are being paid for. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Unfortunate indeed, and that will destroy this already battered system. And could you at this time vindicate those who are calling for the restoration of Biafran state based on the realities playing out within the Nigerian state, that Nigerian government or political elites are not ready for national coherence, are not ready to build an egalitarian society. Now, can you justify the moves or agitations of people calling for Biafran restoration based on these prevailing circumstances at this time?
It's unfortunate that if you stand on the right side, you are seen as somebody that is insane in this society. If you stand for the truth, speak the truth, you are seen as someone that does not know what he or she is doing. If you fight for justice, you are seen as, imagine what transpired at the election. You can see many of our professors, many of our clergymen are still supporting the candidacy of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, knowing that the election was fraudulent, knowing that the foundation was fraudulent. So in a society that we find ourselves, it's unfortunate that the righteous are on the other side. They are seen as people that are bad, while the bad people are seen as people that are good. So it's not about justifying those that are calling for Biafra. If you are convinced, and there's a conviction that you have, that Biafra is the next point of stop for any reasonable person, we don't need someone to validate that. People are convinced Easterners are convinced. That's why the governor was disgraced. Enugu State governor was disgraced despite his cause.
Honestly, that shows that he's not even in control of the state he presides as the
No,
governor.
he's not.
What a shame, and that should teach him a very lesson of his life that a state he presides as the governor. That the government or governance belongs to the people, and the people of Enugu has, of course,
They are charlatans.
affirmed
They are
that.
charlatans. They are charlatans. One thing about an Igbo man is that people need to understand an Igbo man. Igbo man is someone that if he resolves to do something,
Republican in nature.
yeah, he resolves. There's not no matter of threats can change him. Igbos are very, very unique persons, especially in this country. They are the nationalistic tribe that we know. They are everywhere building one Nigeria, despite the fact that Nigeria does not recognize what they do. So an Igbo man,
No, that is quite pathetic. That Nigerian does not understand the influence and the positive contribution of an average Igbo man. Now, coming down to Lagos, the State Assembly Speaker passed a law yesterday uh, declaring that the properties, houses, and every other thing belongs to the indigenous. Even not minding that there are foreigners or non-indigenous who has invested much, who has built houses, investment in Lagos. How could he indirectly revoke the right of ownership of those property? Is that what a society should reflect?
um, the Lagos Assembly, I was at the inauguration when Obasa was inaugurated as the Speaker for Lagos State Assembly. You can see these people are bigots. And Alhaji called me this morning and he was complaining about the laws these people are passing. They are not passing it for the interest of an average indigene in Lagos. If not, they would have given free housing to an average indigene with all the trillions and trillions of naira that has been spent on Lagos State, with all the debts that Lagos is owing. They would have built houses. You have,
Indigenous.
yes, it happens in other countries. You don't need to stop other people from owning properties. You, as a government, that you are interested in the engines, you have done so much. Even pay salaries. There are some loans. You have not done this. You are looking at people that pay taxes, do legitimate businesses, do follow the law, have their papers. You are trying to be as wicked as the devil himself.
But don't you think this could be a respite for crisis looming?
No, they are not going to go through with that. It's going to be challenged at the courts. They are not going to go through it. It is insensible that people that are called leaders will take such bill and take it to the house, to center of excellence, producing such lawmakers that will bring such bill. It's just unfortunate.
It's unfortunate and quite disgusting, honestly. It's a pleasure having you. Thank you
very
for
much.
your time and contribution.
Thank you.
Please, if you have not subscribed, kindly hit the subscription button and give us a thumbs up, like the video, share it as we keep on intimating you of the happenings within the Nigerian space. As in the heart, keeping it real is our commitment, and we are, of course, committed to that cause. Thank you until we come your way some other time.